audible to everyone?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes. So once again, I welcome everyone. Jeevitha ma'am, Dr. Tusiendra sir will be also joining us, and Dr. Rishi Mishra sir. Again, welcome audience. So as we were starting with the series of part one, so again continuing with the same series. So welcome back all. So last we discussed about the question related to culture. That culture is such a big part of how we think and live. So that part again we will continue with the same series. So ma'am, my next question and curious audience must be wondering to ask this question. So, and finally, with the technology everywhere, apps, AI brain games. So, do you think these are enhancing our cognitive reserve or are they actually making us too dependent and lowering our natural resilience?
Okay, so when we actually talk about AI or apps or any kind of brain games, it's like a double-edged sword, right? Like you can't deny it or you can't like stop using them, but it's also not like I don't want to use it, I have an ability. So it's actually a double-edged sword. So what happens here is in one hand, all these things like apps or AI or even your brain games provide a new opportunities and challenges to our brain. So probably you would have also seen this, like I am playing a chess with a human and with a AI or even a computerized chess game that has different abilities. Like it's really difficult to beat an AI generated or a computerized chess. So that is like it's throwing me a new challenge, a stronger challenge than I get it in a normal human participant, right? So this gives me a new challenge, new opportunity. But on the other hand, if you see with the innovation or an invention of a GPS, like what we use from the Google Maps or Apple Maps, we are actually losing memory of our directions. Like even if all of us were well when we were children, like we would still be able to understand, like, okay, I've gone to this route today, and then this is how I go to this particular hospital or a temple or school. But today, even for the smaller direction, even have gone for like 2, 3 days, I still want my Google Maps on or like even my GPS on, right? So that would actually weaken your natural problem solving capacity. So with this apps, AI, and everything, it's like you should accept it to a certain extent, but it should not take over your life. So the key is balancing it out. Like you should use technology as a tool, but not as a crutch where you depend whole or you keep your whole life in its hand and you are actually suggesting or giving your power to that to travel across you. So it's a double-edged sword, I would say.
So, ma'am, that was the question of our times. Is tech the brain's personal trainer or just its crutch? So,
Yeah, yeah.
really like this question, ma'am. Now, everybody must be wondering, ma'am, we have more questions. So, my next question to you is, ma'am, if cognitive reserve is like a hidden shield, what are the biggest threats that drain it the fastest?
Okay, like if we consider that we are not actually helping ourselves today to build a cognitive reserve for my aging brain, so the first thing would be with respect to your memory. So as we age, that is the common criteria or a common thing, common cognitive ability does that goes on down, right? So if you are not working on your cognitive reserve today, probably the first thing that would hit is memory. Like probably you can straight from you can forget where if you have where you have kept your car keys or house keys to, if you have had your breakfast or not, it can go to that extent. So that is the first thing that would hit. With that, everything still follows up. Like you cannot be attentive and your problem solving ability goes down, you can't make decisions, all this goes on decreasing as we age. So without that, the first thing that would hit is your memory deterioration, and that would actually complicate it to a mild cognitive impairment. And then, of course, serious conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's, where we don't even have a cure for that today.
Everybody must be saving all these kind of important tips that you're just a wealth of knowledge that ma'am is providing. It's really commendable. So, ma'am, my next question to you is: some people swear by meditation, others by physical exercise. If you had to pick up the brain's best investment plan, which one comes first?
Okay. I would actually choose both of them. Like in the morning, I would do my physical activity, and then in the later evenings, I would do the meditation. So you still can't say if both of them are really like if I should choose the first one or give this a top priority or this one a second priority. Because today, even the research community, even with a lot of qualitative, quantitative, empirical research, both of them are showing good results. Like you have done your physical activity with the physical exercise, oxygen capacities of the brain is improving, your physical body is also fit. But at the same time, with the meditation, with the mindfulness, you are lowering your stress. Again, there we talk about oxidative stress. So both of them go in hand. So I would not pick like one of that, but I would actually pick both of them.
That's really a very mindful based answer, ma'am. Really. So, ma'am, moving on to another question. So, ma'am, is cognitive reserve something we are born with, or can anyone build it with any stage of life?
Yeah, so as I was actually telling, like if I go back to my first question, it's just a brain's ability to stay strong even when we face challenging situation, right? So probably if you ask me like if mental well-being is born by birth, no, probably we would have built year after year, age after age, and with the experience as well, right? So that's how the cognitive result as well. So as you age, like not just like after 50 or 60, as you are growing, you start building it. So it's like you would have not born with money already in your pocket. So as you grow, as you work, you put rupee by rupee in your bank account, you save it for your older age. So that's exactly how the cognitive reserve is. But probably depending on your environment, from your genetical makeup, you would have certain kind of memory issues also, or certain kind of good memory capabilities also. But then if you want that to be for your longer term, like if you want to have that good things in your longer term, you have to work for it, you have to build it when you're young.
So, ma'am, everybody must be. I'm requesting everyone to please sit with a pen and notebook. Please note down these important tips, as ma'am is really giving a gem of knowledge to each one of us. This is really, ma'am. I cannot describe it in words. So, ma'am, my next question to you is how do creative arts like painting, dancing, or theater shape cognitive reserve differently from logical activities like puzzles or chess?
I would not say these both things are different. Like only probably the your neural connections or your parts of brain that is getting involved in this are different. But whole of it, you're actually helping your brain to do these things. So as I was also mentioning, like you are solving a problem, you are going to do a puzzle or look into a puzzle. So what happens is your frontal brain is on the task here, right? But when you go back to your traditional dance or traditional music, what happens? Your parietal brain is there, like because your motor activity is high. Even then, your frontal lobe should be there. So your motor activity is also there. Your thalamus region is also involved in that. And when you're painting with the visual system, with the occipital, so all our brain parts are getting activated with all these activities. So that's why when I was mentioning about this theater question, when you asked me about lead actors and all that, I did involve all of this. So I can't
Yeah.
actually separate like, okay, if I do puzzles or if I just do a traditional thing, probably I would benefit much. But if I do a modern thing, I might not be. Nothing like that. Any form of activity that involves some kind of attention, some kind of brain's ability to focus or even memory, there is building it is building our cognitive reserve.
That's a kind of beautifully you have expressed this, ma'am. How to creative artists and the connection of cognitive reserve and everything. That's really commendable, ma'am. Now, my last question to you is, ma'am, If you could write a one line bank statement of your own cognitive reserve today, what would it say?
I am still building it. So it's not a closed account. It's an open account for now because I'm still building it. I'm still learning so many things about it. And also about the concepts itself, I'm still on looking into that. Like every day, I try to see what's new thing that has come up on cognitive reserve and such. And also, I keep trying to learn new things. I try to navigate it that way and build social connections. And when I tell about social connections, like it's not just you talk to your friends, you volunteer and you meet new friends, you involve that kind of social connection, and you try to learn new language or a new musical instrument. So I am at the same page. I also try to do all these things, learn at least one new thing or even a one new fact every day that helps in improving your brain's fact region or even a brain's ability to understand things and all that. So there's no one line statements. Probably if you still want me a one line statement, it's still under construction or it's still an open one.
So, ma'am, with this, we have already summed up today's session. So, really, on audience behalf, like I would like to ask, like, what special message would you give to our audience? Anything, any gem of knowledge, because they have been listening to you.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
like coming to
very thank you for this session, Jeevitha ma'am. And specifically, when you talk about the importance and role of physical activities in helping us build up that cognitive reserve, that is very important. Because nowadays people are so busy in their sitting jobs, most of them who are in office, they really don't give any emphasis on the physical activities. And plus, when you talk about these traditional cultures and activities, again, somewhere down the line, automatically they are helping us build up that cognitive reserve. And today we are also being joined with by Dr. Chaudhary, who is again a professor of psychology. So welcome, Dr. Chaudhary, and I am sure you must also be very enlightened to know this the work that is being done at Alliance University, and especially Professor Jeevitha, who has come up with this brilliant topic, which I think is in need of the hour and it's most required when we are only talking in terms of AI and running after the technology, but we are missing our own technology, which is God gifted. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
So, yeah, ma'am. So, this has been such an enriching conversation. We explored the science of resilience, the cultural roots of cognitive reserve, and practical steps each of us can take daily to protect and nurture our brain health. So, before we wrap up, I would like to ask sir to give because Dr. Chaudhary sir has been also joining us. So really would like to welcome a warm welcome to sir in this session, and would like to add something valuable to this episode or session. Sir, would you like to say something? Dr. Chaudhary sir, if you're listening us. All right, Dr. Rishi sir, would you like to
Oh,
say
no.
something on?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. No, nothing else.
Thank you so much, sir. We are honored to have you us with this podcast session.
So I'll end up this session with a note of thanks to all of the participants who took out a busy, rather I would say, weekend schedule, which they have
Yes.
finalized, and also to Professor Jeevitha, who has uh, enlightened us on this very important topic and a terminology. And thank you for to Dr. Toshi Trivedi, who was uh, being a source for giving us such an enlightened group of professors. Thank you. Thank you,
So,
lovely, for your
thank you
anchoring
so
in
much,
our
sir.
session.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Connaissance Specialist and We Avec U Foundation, I thanks our distinguished guest, Dr. Rishi Mishra, sir, Professor Dr. Tosendra Dwivedi, and Miss Jeevitha ma'am for their time, insights, and wisdom. And to all our listeners, remember your brain is your lifelong companion. Every small step you take today, whether it's reading, walking, connecting with loved ones, or learning something new adds resilience to your cognitive reserve. So stay curious, stay healthy, and keep nurturing your mind. Thank you for joining with us. So we'll see you in our next podcast session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for lovely ma'am as well. Like you have been a good moderator to this podcast. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
It's our honor to be joining with such knowledgeable people are joining. I mean, especially thanks to Rima ma'am as well. Thank you, Dr. Mishra sir. Thank you, Chaudhary sir, Dr. Chaudhary sir, and thank you, Dr. Dwivedi sir.
I
Thank you,
want to add
everyone.
something. May I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely,
See,
ma'am.
we are dealing with these issues. I'm a TGT teacher in one of the good schools of Greater Noida. And then I'm like, and especially in family as well as in outside, like in school, when we are dealing with 4,000 kids on daily basis. Then these problems come that sometimes because of, I don't know, we have to keep them engaged in many activities. And at home also, when you are living with senior citizens and a child as well, then you have to make them engage in certain activities so that and then you will feel sometimes that even if you are educated and you are very good at your part, but when you are dealing with them, they are somewhat, they don't want to change or they don't want to lose their comfort zone. So how to make them interact, how to build that things, those you spoke, Dr. Jivitha, कि उनको डिफरेंट, मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगी कि उनको डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज में बिजी रखना और उनके साथ चैलेंजिंग चीजें करना और एक बिकॉज फॉर वी यंगस्टर्स और वी फॉर दिस जनरेशन इट्स नॉट टफ but for older seniors or for students also, younger students, it's difficult sometimes, but then managing these things, I like, that's why I like school more than offices, because there you are dealing with the live young brains every time, conducting one class with 30 students, and they have 30 different kind of brains, and now they have different choices as well to make them engage, to make them activities. It's very tough sometimes, but I do enjoy. For that I did my counseling as well with sir, Tosinder sir, and he passed this information and I just joined, and hopefully positively for next sessions I'm very, very much interested, and next time I will give more to my different groups. I will just circulate the message so that more of us will be benefited with this information, Dr. Jeevitha ma'am and lovely Divedi sir, with the help of sir. It's very kind that you took this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining, Rima.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, really very thank you. A big thanks to you for raising such an innovative and nice perspective, adding this perspective to our session. We are really honored.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. In daily life, we are doing it, but it's a kind of cognitive brain, something, the bank which where we deposit money, the informations also can be deposited, because in this era, there's so much information, and sometimes people or the child gets distracted. What to do, what to not to do. Mama says this, teacher says this, somebody else will guide other way. So what to do and how to utilize those 24 hours to do something good in their academics as well is sometimes challenging. We can see, because media is so much in, informations are so much in, the child is sometimes distracted. So better to make them in a, whatever you people are giving information, it can be noted down in proper way, so that the students can be getting more information, students can go through these things. Hopefully it will be done.
Sure,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
sure. And we are on to this process of profile building for students, where we are
Yes,
trying to inculcate all the things, and more specifically, it will be a professor-led profile building program, so that we can
yes.
ensure the best
So,
of things
huh,
which are to be provided to the schools. And you rightly said that the foundation is school, and
yeah.
specifically the teachers who are dealing with it, they have they have a very good cognitive bank, which is
Yes.
loaded.
So why not to utilize it but in a better way? Because I somehow feel that we are from 70s, the 90s, 2000, but now the Gen Z, they are all blank from backside. Like they don't have more information. Like we are having more information from them, but they are just new generation. Social media, everything is on screen to them. So how to connect these with our generation, how to make that bridge, that is somewhere where laggings, these kids are very much into today's world, but they are lacking those information, or they are lacking the bond or connect where we have to work out. And whatever I am not able to tell you properly, but there is some problem which we are daily facing on in our classrooms. So we together can build up for the solutions, and then hopefully we will guide our next generation in a better way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. We'll
And
end up
yet
this session
again,
now.
we are very thankful to you for adding another new perspective and new vision to and motivational knowledge into this session, making it more creative and innovative for audience those who have joined. I mean, really.
And in your work also, if you need my help in any way, I'm dealing with art therapy, and personally, many of the kids have taken this painting, home science in place of those older maths and science. Many of them has migrated from the main stream towards this, because they are the new generation. They can do these things better than the older the rote line learning. So we are ready, these kids are ready to take changes, but we have to guide them properly in taking the new steps, or whatever we are suggesting, they have to opt them well. But it should be, the information should be given in a very systematic way, and it should be published as well, so that more of the students of our new generation can get the things done. Okay, sir, wherever in writing
Sure,
work
ma'am.
or anything my help is needed, please ask. Okay, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Definitely, we'll get back to you in terms of expressive art therapy, which is I'm very
Yes.
keen on learning that one.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining in, ma'am.
Welcome. Most welcome. It's my privilege.
So, ma'am, you have really expressed how we can combine blend of art with the knowledge and how to balance these skills. Because
Yes,
nowadays it's really important to
yes,
guide
yes.
kids how mindfully they can use the technology, and apart from technology, how they can utilize their multi talent. So,
Yes.
ma'am, thank you so much for joining in.
Yes, no.
We will
More, I
definitely,
need
ma'am.
to talk more on this, but sometimes next time we'll join.